You know that spiral. You replay conversations in your head. You obsess over what you said, what they might think, what you should have done differently. You lie in bed, wide awake, and ask yourself, why can't I just stop? But here is the thing. Anxiety is not the core of the problem. Anxiety is a signal. It's a protection mechanism your mind uses to protect you from uncertainty, rejection, or emotional pain. The real question is, what is it protecting you from? Most people ask how to stop overthinking, how to stop doubt myself, how to stop being insecure. Completely wrong questions. I mean, there are no really wrong questions, but concerning this topic, totally wrong. Why? Because instead of these questions, ask yourself, why do I not trust my own decisions? Why does it matter so much how I am perceived by them? What emotions am I running from while feeling anxious? Think of anxiety as a smoke alarm, okay? It's not the fire, it's the alarm warning you that there is a fire somewhere. The fire might be a fear of rejection, fear of failure, or unresolved emotions from your past. Have you actually noticed how the words fear and fire are similar to each other? For example, if you overthink a conversation, it's often because you're terrified of being judged or misunderstood. Anxiety is your mind's way of saying, let's replay this over and over again so that we do not feel that pain. Here is where everything changes. Anxiety is not here to hurt you, it's here to guide you. It's showing you exactly where your unresolved emotions and limiting beliefs are. When you stop fighting anxiety and start listening to it, you gain control. Anxiety is your teacher. Shift your focus from fixing anxiety to trying to understand it. So the next time you feel anxious, do not ask, how can I make this go away? Instead, ask yourself, what am I really afraid of feeling right now? What is my anxiety trying to protect me from? Is there a belief I need to change? Here are some actionable steps to break free and understand anxiety. Step number 1, pause and reflect. When anxiety hits, do not react. Instead, pause and ask yourself, what am I really feeling right now? For example, you're anxious about an upcoming meeting. Pause and reflect. Am I afraid of looking unprepared? Am I worried to disappoint someone? Am I afraid to not meet someone else's expectations? Am I afraid of looking stupid? Step number 2, name the emotion. Anxiety often masks emotions like fear, shame, guilt, or sadness. Identify what's underneath it. For instance, if you're replaying an awkward conversation in your head, you might realize that it's not about what you actually said. It's maybe about feeling unworthy or not good enough, or the fear of being misunderstood. It's not about the words. You're afraid that their perception of you does not align with how you want to be perceived by them. It does not align with how you position yourself to them. For example, if you pride yourself on being articulate, but you stumbled over your words, your anxiety might stem from the fear that they now see you as incompetent. You value being understood. The fear might come from worrying that they might misinterpret your intentions or think negatively of you. Now, step number 3, challenge your beliefs. If you're anxious about being judged, ask yourself, what if my self-worth does not depend on their opinion? What if their opinions do not define my self-worth? Reality check, they don't. Your worth isn't tied to anyone else's opinions, anyone else's thoughts. It's your birthright, period. But you may think otherwise because of experiences from your past, from your childhood, when you were compared to someone else, and as a child you made those conclusions that they are worthy because they did something better and you are not. But that is not true at all. Step number 4 is self-validation practice. Build trust in yourself by affirming that you can make decisions that are right for you. For example, I can make decisions that are right for me. I make decisions that are aligned with me. I let myself be fully and unapologetically me. I suggest even write this down, because when you write things down, you build new neural connections and does much better job. Every time you pause and work through these steps, you literally rewire your brain. Over time, anxiety loses its grip on you, not because you've suppressed it, but because you figured out what's beneath it and you faced it. Let me give you an all-time practice, an all-time tool that will help you to calm down whenever anxiety hits you next time. So imagine this, you're feeling anxious, overthinking, and caught in a loop of self doubt. Maybe you're even beating yourself up about it. But you've done the work. You've paused, reflected, and named the emotions behind your anxiety. Maybe it's fear, shame, guilt, sadness. You identified them. Here is the next step. Picture yourself feeling those emotions. Close your eyes for a second and ask, what do I look like when I feel this way? Do I look stupid? Do I seem ridiculous? Am I silly? Am I uneducated? Find that triggering word that you feel so bad when you say it. Now, whatever judgment comes up, here is what you do. You embrace it fully. You say to yourself, yes, I can be ridiculous. Yeah, I can be silly. Yes, I can be uneducated. Yes, I can be stupid sometimes. And here is why this works. There is no light without shadow, and there is no shadow without light. It's the law of duality. For every positive trait that we have, there is an equal and opposite negative one. That's how we're built as humans. You can't have brilliance without imperfection, confidence without insecurity, or light without darkness. When you make peace with this truth, when you accept that you can be all of it, something magical happens. You're no longer bothered. You can't be bothered. The judgments lose their power over you. Think about it. If you already accepted that you can be ridiculous, you can be silly, or even stupid at times, what's left to fear? What's left to fear? You already made a deal with yourself that you can be all of this. And there is nothing bad about it. It's how we all are. And it's all about whether you accept it or not, because if you do not accept it, it holds power over you. If you accept it and you fully embrace it, you fully embrace your nature, you're free. You embrace your wholeness, your light and shadow, and in that moment, you find peace. True, unshakable peace. Anxiety doesn't mean that something's wrong with you. It means you're alive, you're human, and your soul is calling to pay attention. Next time anxiety shows up, don't push it away. Listen to it. You'll be amazed at what you'll discover about yourself. If this video made you think differently, share it with a friend, subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell down below so you don't miss out on my next videos. And remember, the journey starts with one small step of self-awareness. I'll see you soon in my next one. Bye bye.